This evening, oil contract will be released in the fullness of time. Look behind you, thieves might be coming for your car. The president will meet with the press when he is good and ready to do so. In the region, tropical storm leaves flooding in Barbados and the Leeward Islands, and internationally, the sun was eclipsed today, and what a glorious sight it was.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Granville Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with Basil Bradshaw.
I am Wendell Jeffrey, filling in for Basil Bradshaw. Please follow us on the web or on our YouTube page. The government is fighting to stave off claims of corruption, cronyism, secrecy, and cover-up as it relates to the multi-billion-dollar ExxonMobil deal. To date, they have refused to reveal the contents of the contract, something that several other countries which have similar deals with the oil giant have done. Minister of Telecommunications and AFC member Cathy Hughes is pushing back against what she terms negative comments directed at the oil exploration in Guyana, in particular the ExxonMobil deal signed under the previous PPPC government. The minister called for balance to be applied to the way the matter is being handled.
Bring information in terms of what is going to be possible for Guyanese, how we promote local content. That is an aspect of the discussion that needs to take place on an equal level with our affairs. The assumption that we are pushing out there every day is that we got problems, this government is weak, and all the oil money gonna get thief.
She said that Guyanese are not given an objective view of the issue. The minister suggested that for the decision to be objective, a comparison must be made to see if the many years that Exxon has been doing business, if there's any situation that the challenges we are now facing did not prevail.
Exxon may have had challenges in 5 or 6 specific areas, but we're not making an analysis, which I'd love to see you do, on where are the other areas that Exxon has invested in over the last 40, 50 years, where those challenges did not prevail.
What the minister is suggesting is that it might be possible that everywhere Exxon has operated, there were nationals who shared the view that the company engaged in unethical behavior with some of the leaders of the country. She said that in a conversation she had with a Trinidad oil executive, he expressed amazement that this is the best thing that has happened to Guyana, and yet the discussion seemed to be circulating around all the negativities, with talks suggesting that the oil money will be stolen.
When I was speaking with a Trinidadian executive, and his comment was that this is amazing. This is the best thing that has happened to Guyana, and all the conversation is about Guyana is going to be like the few nations that let this just go to pot.
Minister Hughes said that there is no suggestion, absolutely nothing, to uphold the current argument that this government will steal any of the oil money.
And we're not, there's no guarantee. There's no real suggestion at this point in time that upholds that argument. Absolutely nothing.
However, the allegation that this government is shady and that they might indeed steal the oil money is based on several realities. For instance, this government, while in the opposition, suggested that the PPPC was engaged in corruption, hence the reason for Donald Ramotar administration refusing to release the contract then. Another point is that this government appears to have changed the narrative several times about the very oil contract. First, they said that they will renegotiate the contract, and they claim that the royalties is now 2% instead of the PPP negotiated 1%. When the finance minister, Winston Jordan, was asked if a better deal could have been obtained, he said that the contract was non-negotiable. You would remember that the President David Granger said that he will make all contracts under the PPP public, but to date, Not one of those contracts has been made public, including the ExxonMobil contract. Lastly, both Ministers Jordan and David Patterson gave the impression last week that the contract was completed. Minister Patterson said that he currently had a hard copy of the contract, and Minister Jordan said this.
You make an assumption that we renegotiated the contract that we inherited from the previous government. No, that was a contract that was already in place. We inherited that contract.
Yet Minister of State Joseph Harmon seems to be suggesting that the contract is still being finalized. Last Friday, when I asked the Minister of State some very pointed questions, this is how he answered. The Minister Jordan, said in relation to the ExxonMobil contract that the contract was the PPP's contract. It was the contract that was negotiated under the PPP, which means that your administration would have had access to that contract for over 2 years. And yet, in the light of transparency, the public does not know anything about that contract. Is there a desire from the ministry, from your ministry or from the government, to have the public understand what are the contents of that contract?
Because I believe Minister Trotman has actually explained this matter carefully. Minister Jordan also has. And Minister Trotman has actually said that we are going to make public at the appropriate time all of these contracts.
Given these anomalies, the average Guyanese is left with very little choice but to suspect that all is not well with the matters relating to any of these contracts, especially the ExxonMobil deal. Additionally, the Granger administration finds itself exactly where the Jack Dio administration found itself 2 years ago. The government is asking the populace to trust them while behaving in ways that allow for distrust to fester. The children of All Boys Town who wrote the National Grade 6 exam and excelled were rewarded for their efforts as Minister Simona Brooms presented them with gifts and other monetary prizes. Esther Sobers tells of the joys that were in abundance.
Good things can prevail no matter where you come from certainly rings true as the children of the All Boys Town community receive monetary gifts for performing exceedingly well at the National Grade 6 assessment. Minister of Natural Resources Simona Brooms encouraged the students to continue to aim high as they make their community proud.
When school reopened in September, how you look at it before, I want you to change that in your mind. All right? Knowing that you are what? Now. So you are shaping your future, your country for the future.
The students who gained entry to Queen's College and Bishop's High School received monetary gifts to assist with the purchase of school supplies. The children also expressed their gratitude for the timely donation.
It's really exciting when you have like your whole family around you and you still get the education you deserve.
Very enlightened and privileged.
I'm glad. Very, very happy.
I feel very happy.
One of the students, Demetrius Droops, who is aspiring to become a politician, expressed his delight when was given the opportunity to meet Simona Brooms.
Excited. Because I got to meet the minister, which is all I want, which is what I wanted. I wanted to meet someone in politics.
Children of All Boys Town residents also received haversacks from Minister Brooms. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
3 years ago, Jesse Gibbs took a settlement offer for an accident in which he was involved. He received $200,000. However, he is now at his wit's end to provide for his family as he is unable to walk without crutches and cannot sufficiently provide for his children. Esther Sobers is following the story.
One man's life has changed dramatically after a Saturday night outing turned tragic. Jesse Gibbs, 25, a father of two, recounted what transpired the night of April 2014 that changed his life forever.
From a party, now heading to the next party. However, I didn't get to reach the party. While he's going on the way, the car torn in front of me. Suddenly, I fly over the car, up in the air, and landed down on the ground. When I landed down on the ground, my foot was torn, and all I hear was pow. This is when the foot exploded, and I see blood. I try to get up, I fall down.
Gibbs explained that the motor vehicle which caused the accident was driven by the wife of Yudnarain Ramrup of Diamond Housing Scheme. Gibbs believed the woman is not a holder of a driver's license, and Ramrup, though not driving, was also intoxicated the night of the accident. Although eyewitnesses stated that his wife was a driver, Ramrup decided to take the blame for the accident.
He was talking with my sister and this kind of thing. I didn't know what was the arrangement. But however, he was on my bed and them been talking. She told me, yeah, you should get everything uncovered. So the police officer came about 3 weeks or 4 weeks after to take a statement from me.
Ramrup was not arrested and wanted to settle the matter out of court. Gibbs said the amount of money that he requested was not given to him, and he eventually persuaded to accept the offer of $200,000 since he was unable to work and was in financial debts and had hopes of walking normal again.
But straight in my mind actually to force me in taking this money. Talk to this man and you deal with this situation before I could do anything. So he didn't actually carry out a comprehensive report on what actually transpired.
Gibbs explained that life has been difficult for him after the accident since he has no job and has to use crutches to walk. He is unable to provide for his children. When asked if he has heard from Yudnarain, Gibbs said,
after he did the agreement, he changed his number, he moved out from where he used to live. Never contact me after then. He never even come and see me. So I'm like, how can a human actually do something to other human, and you're living so comfortable with your family and another person's family is struggling mentally, physically and financially. So I'm begging you, if you're watching this video, that you would come to some sort of realization and realize this kind of suffering that I'm going through right now, that it changed my whole life.
Today, Gibbs is seeking help to raise funds for corrective surgery to be taken on his legs so he can be able to walk freely again. Anyone willing to contribute can contact Gibbs at 681-7153. I'm Esther Soares reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks again, Esther. Coming up on the Headline News after the break, look behind you. The thieves might be coming for your car. And the president will meet with the press when he is good and ready.
Mining Week 2017 ends on a high note with Pork Knocker Day on August 26 at the BAYROCK ground, WISMAR, Linden, from 9 hours, under the theme, Mining Clean, Living Green. Enjoy the competitions and get the experience while battling, shoveling, jigging, Tacuba crossing, Warashi race and more. We will meet you at the BAYROCK ground in WISMAR, Linden, a gateway to the interior, on Saturday, August 26 from 9 hours for an educational and fun-filled Pork Knocker Day 2017 and the chance to win a diamond. It's Mining Week 2017, August 20th to 27th, under the theme, Mining Clean, Living Green.
John Lewis Styles proudly introduces Everest Bags, a complete and affordable line especially suited for back to school. Lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, pulley backpacks from $10,995. Also available are messenger bags, computer bags, waist pouches, duffel bags, gym bags, and even camping bags, all for the same price or less than buying online. And it's already here on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
As a parent who works at home with my business located right here, I use Blaze high-speed internet. At home, my daughter enjoys it for her educational learning apps, and I work at home as well, so the service is efficient for my business. Parents bring their children, and while the children are enjoying ice cream, the parents also relax and enjoy their free Wi-Fi services.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Hungry? Don't rush and buy food from an unsafe environment. The results could be tummy ache, vomiting, diarrhea, and sometimes hospitalization. Instead, stop, look around, ask yourself, how safe is the food you are about to buy? Is it hot? If it is hot, is it stored in a food warmer or on a stove? Is it cold and on ice? How long was it prepared? Since the night before? Early morning or less than 2 hours? This just takes a few seconds and it can save you time, money, and lots of ache. Temperature plays an important part when storing food. Food must be kept piping hot. When food is finished cooking, the hot food must be placed in a food warmer and not a box or bowl for over 2 hours. It must be protected from dust, insects, rodents, and dirt. These precautions are vital because bacteria grow by multiplying. If food is stored in the danger zone between 5 to 60 degrees Celsius, bacteria can double every 20 minutes, causing food to spoil. The correct holding temperature is below 5 degrees Celsius and higher than 60 degrees Celsius. This means keep cold food cold, place it on ice or in a freezer, and keep hot food hot. Place it in a warmer or on a stove. This way, the growth of bacteria is slowed or stopped. Children, the elderly, people who are pregnant or have a weak immune system are at a higher risk of getting food poisoning. Start practicing correct food handling and storing today. Cook, hot hold, reheat, chill. Don't buy food from an unsafe environment because you can be a victim of food poisoning.
How safe is your food? Are you sure about it?
A message from the Government Analyst Food and Drug Department.
For more info, call telephone numbers 222-8857 or 222-8859.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Every leader of any democratic country is obliged to meet with the fourth arm of the state, the national press. However, for over 500 days, President David Granger has been missing in action when it comes to engaging the local media. Last Friday, at his post-cabinet briefing, Minister of State Joseph Harmon offered a detailed defense on behalf of the president. The president is the president whether he meets with the press or addresses the nation. That is the firm belief of Minister of State and Cabinet Secretary, Minister Joseph Harmon.
But the president is the president, and I'm sure that at the appropriate time, he is going to say, okay, I'm going to have a press conference. So I would not want to go beyond that to say, okay, well, the president needs to meet with the media to demonstrate that he is capable of leading this country.
That was the Minister of State answering a question posed by a journalist. The media was asking the Minister of State why the president has not held a press conference some 500 days now, especially when he, the president, promised to hold one about 2 months ago. The minister was pressed as to whether or not the president was deliberate in his attempts to avoid the press.
It's been over 500 days since the president has held a press conference. He had promised just that he would keep one just after Carrie come. Carrie has come and gone, and we have still not seen the president hosting one of these press conferences. Is there a deliberate attempt by the president to stay away from these forums with the media?
Well, I understand your concern about meeting with the media. But as I explained to you earlier, every single week, the president meets with the security personnel in this country. And in between that, he is briefed on a daily basis by agencies who have responsibility for matters within the public sector or the public domain. So I would not want to go beyond that to say, okay, well, the president needs to meet with the media to demonstrate that he is capable of leading this country.
In an effort to assuage any implication that the president is remiss of his duties, Mr. Harmon said that the president is briefed daily by the heads of all the security sectors and that he continues to function as the leader of Guyana.
The position is quite clear. The president is the leader of this country, he's the president, he's our commander-in-chief, and he's exercising those functions in a manner that is consistent with national security and in the best interest of the people of this country.
The cabinet secretary said that he will speak with the president on the matter, and when it is necessary and at the appropriate time, the president will meet with the press.
I'm sure that at the appropriate time, he is going to say, okay, I'm going to have a press conference and I'm going to invite you to that. So that is where that is concerned. At the appropriate time, when it's necessary, of course, I will bring this matter to His Excellency's attention again, that it has been raised at the press conference that the media wants to meet with you at a press conference. They feel that they're not meeting with you enough. I'll raise that matter to His Excellency, and I'm sure you'll get an answer very soon.
The police are warning that car thefts are on the rise. But even as the warning is coming out, last Friday, one man fell victim to the latest crime wave. Esther Sobers shares this report.
A lecturer attached to the University of Guyana was left traumatized after two armed men relieved him of his car, a sky blue Toyota Allion registration number PNN 1871. The incident occurred last Thursday evening just after the lecturer arrived at his Bel Air, Georgetown home and was about to open the gate. According to reports, the men walked up to the lecturer from behind and demanded that he lie on the road. The lecturer recounted that the incident occurred around 19:15 hours. The men collected his car keys and a cellular phone and demanded that he lie on the ground. The lecturer is offering a reward to anyone with information that would lead to the recovery of the vehicle, which bears two Lotus logos on the front windscreen along with the words, "Our Sweet Angel." Those willing to assist can contact the victim on 643-6283 or call the nearest police station. The Guyana Police Force is also urging drivers, especially owners of Toyota Allions and Primus, to be extremely vigilant when driving, as there appears to be an increase in carjacking across the country. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Esther, that is sad. Thank you. Coming up on Headline News after the break, our regional and international news.
ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
The Guyana Geology and Mines Commission presents Mining Week 2017, August 20th to 26th under the theme Mining Clean, Living Green. The pre-mining week playoffs on August 5th, Port Kaituma, August 12th, Madia and Puruni, August 13th, Ansgrove, and August 19th at Bartica. The National Mining and Quarrying Conference and National Mining Exhibition, August 21st and 22nd at the Pegasus Hotel. August 23rd is Customer Appreciation Day at GGMC Headquarters, Brickdam, Georgetown. Activities end with Pork Knockers Day at BAYROCK Ground WISMAR on August 26th. It's Mining Week 2017, August 20th to 26th under the theme Mining Clean, Living Green.
John Lewis Styles proudly introduces Everest Bags, a complete and affordable line especially suited for back to school. Lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, pulley backpacks from $10,995. Also available are messenger bags, computer bags, waist pouches, duffel bags, gym bags, and even camping bags, all for the same price or less than buying online. And it's already here on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
In the region, Tropical Storm Harvey leaves flooding in Barbados and the Leeward Islands. Caribbean Newsline reports.
Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines were in cleanup mode on Friday after Tropical Storm Harvey lashed the islands with heavy rains that caused flooding and gusty winds that blew off roofs and downed electricity poles and trees. The storm passed between Barbados and the Windward Islands on Thursday night before heading into the Caribbean Sea on Friday afternoon, by which time all tropical storm warnings and watches had been discontinued. The north of Barbados was hardest hit by Harvey, with massive flooding of streets and some homes in St. Lucie, St. Peter, and parts of St. James. There were also reports of flooding in the southern parish of Christchurch. The director of Department of Emergency Management, Kerry Hines, said 2 people, a mother and son, checked into a shelter in the northern parish of St. Peter. The tropical storm warning that had been in effect for the island from the previous day was lifted about 8 a.m. and following an assessment by the relevant authorities, the all clear was given for business to resume at midday. Attorney General Adriel Braffett later toured some of the affected areas. Now, after passing Barbados, the storm headed near St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Director of the National Emergency Management Organization there, Michelle Ford, said there were several reports of flooding, with Beckway among the worst affected. Reports indicated that there were problems accessing businesses and homes which were flooded. Ford said a full assessment of the damage would be done on Saturday. There were also landslides reported in some parts of the island. Meantime, although St. Lucia also experienced showers, the island was spared the worst of Harvey.
And internationally, it will not happen again in our lifetime. Today, the sun was completely eclipsed by the moon, an occurrence that happens only every 99 years. CNN Wolf Blister reports.
Incredible. 2006, even back to 1970. Whoa! But this is really good because those are beautiful prominences. Those are explosions on the limb of the sun.
And it will last that total eclipse for about 2.5 minutes over there in Oregon.
That's right. And as it moves, as the moon moves across, you'll see subtle changes in the structure of the corona. That's sort of with the light passing through different parts of the valleys of the moon in the profile. But it's really those three incredible chromas. Oh my God! Look at that.
Let me go back to Miguel. Miguel, it's about to hit completely where you are, right?
Absolutely incredible. Oh my God. Look at the phones trying to take pictures of this thing.
We are in full totality now. You can see these streams coming off of the moon. Jordan, if you would look up at the sky, this is absolutely incredible to see for myself. We're about a minute through totality. This crowd just erupted when it went total. You can see the planes, you can see stars in the sky. This is an unbelievable experience. You can see the planes as they're crossing right in front like it's night. The temperature has dropped between maybe 5 and 10 degrees. Wait. This is absolutely amazing to witness. I've never seen anything like this.
David, David Dvorkin, go ahead. Explain what we're seeing right now.
Well, we're looking at a number of images from the beginning and the end of totality, and we are seeing the crest of the sun coming back here on the right-hand side, and the left-hand side, as they're zooming in, we still see full totality with the corona easily visible. That's
so
beautiful,
the sun
beautiful.
is beginning to come through in Lincoln City, Oregon, but in Salem, it's total over there.
That's right.
Wow.
And that's Channel 2 headline news for today, Monday. I am Wendell Jeffrey, filling in for Basil Bradshaw. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can join the rebroadcast of this newsline tomorrow at 6:30 in the a.m., or you can join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for another installment of our news. Until then, stay good and stay safe.